has already told me some interesting things. So he said beginning from tomorrow, he has already given instructions to his company, his staff, that they can already be negotiating with people around Benin City to supply them 24/7 electric power supply. So according to the extant laws in Nigeria, there are certain regulations to that. I think you must be consuming between 1 to 2 megawatts, and then you can have a power purchase agreement deal with him. So Dr. Guillaume is going to be talking very briefly. He's already standing with the press crew to say some things, and let's see. I think he's about to speak. They're getting ready. Dr. Guillaume is the one with cap and dressing very smart, as always, as I've always known him. A gentleman who's making big things happen in Edo State. CEO of Osioma Power, Dr. Guillaume, is about to talk.
Where's the reporter? Okay, you're there? No, place the camera. This is
Okay. So I want to know, this is a former power plant. I want to know how long this lightning can start and what is going to be the timing for the maintenance. The light is, the power is 24/7, continuous, and it has been designed and built in such a way that will always be constant power supply. This power is coming from our site in EDOSTATE, where we have a gas plant, we have a power plant, and we have the 33 kV line running from EDOSTATE to Palm House, about 33 kilometers, and then from Palm House here to Stadium, which is probably another 7 or 8 kilometers. So it's a complete section. Everything has been designed to be 24/7, always available.
How is this going to impact private citizens in the States? Is there going to come a time when people who live here, ordinary people, will get supply from Osioma?
Definitely. I think starting from the stadium here, the state government has done a fantastic job by putting a 2.5 MVA transformer here at stadium. And what I would expect is that beyond the stadium itself, this power should be extended to all the commercial and residential facilities around here. And the same should apply to the 11 kV line from Secretariat here to stadium. All the houses, commercial entities all along the route should be powered up. So how long will that take? It only takes the amount of time to connect. In some cases, we already, I think based on certain decisions we made today, by next week we are connecting some locations already.
So considering the amount of power you generate at Osioma, what share of the power consumption in the state, or at least in the metropolis, do you think you can provide?
Well, I think if we track back, according to the World Bank statistics, this state requires to get to the level of, let's say a developing country like Egypt, we need about 900 megawatts. Right now, through the grid and BEDC, the state gets only about 90 megawatts, of which what is really available to the bulk of the state is only about 30 megawatts. So the 55 megawatts we have installed, it's a substantial amount. But the challenge with power is that the demand is increasing all the time. What we are now seeing is that around our site in inOgbe, factories are coming up, and the demand is going to be increasing. But the good thing about it is that, power plants, these kind of projects, is in 3 segments: the gas supply, the power generation, and the transmission and distribution. The project we have right now, the gas supply is sufficient for at least 10 times this 55 megawatts. The power plant itself is for 55, but we can easily increase it. This 33 kV line that we have built coming from Mologbo has a capacity of 75. And then, of course, the line we have within it has significant capacity. So what I'm saying is that on the gas supply side, we are way beyond 55 55 megawatts. On the transmission and distribution, we are well beyond 55. So as we see more demand coming up, we increase the generation.
There's a nexus between security and a lit up city. Do you have plans to extend power to street lights and other public?
Definitely. That was in our plan from day one. If you go to any major city in the world, you go to London, you go to New York, you go to Benin, I mean, to not have power you cannot even consider it, because what happens is that in the very rare occasions when there is no power in all those cities, everything goes crazy, traffic lights and all that. So street lights was part of a plan that we had with the state government on day one. And Benin is unique because with the ring road, all the roads radiate from ring road. So once there's power at ring road, all the major streets can be lit up. So that's the very, very next step. We already have some street lights that we set up at the bypass as just a pilot. So we expect that working with the state government that the street lights will come up very quickly. And as you say, that's very important for security. And also it extends the life of the city. It's not only just during the hours of daylight.
So how do you think this the result of the power project is going to impact on industrialization and economic activities across the state?
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely critical. That one of the things that the governor of this state has done continuously is to put everything on an economic pedestal. The economics is a science. I mean, having power is critical to having industries. It's critical to encouraging, the average person to get up and go to work. You go along Adesua, for example. It's the nightlife. It's very long, and everybody is struggling using generators and all of that. And even in this stadium where we are standing, the main goal of this stadium should be available for a lot of activities, entertainment, big cultural shows, and even religious festivals. So that's why it was very, very important, and it was my primary objective to make sure that we not only provide power, but we provide power on a sustainable basis and on an affordable basis. I mean, the difference between the tariff at which we are supplying our power and using generators is vast. It's massive. So it is important, particularly for industry, that power is supplied at a rate that is affordable. And on terms, already we have been supplying power into the injection substation for about 2 or 3 weeks now. And there has not been 1 minute of continuous.
So how would you describe your relationship with government leading up to the success of this project?
Our relationship with government is excellent. Quite frankly, I think that it's a model. For me personally, I think that there's almost never been any point in time where we have needed the support of government that we don't have it. Right from His Excellency, the commissioners, and a lot of people around our team. At any point in time, we need assistance in Benin, in Abuja, in London, anywhere. We always get it. And but I also want to say this is only just the beginning. Right there in Ologbo, there's a lot of development that is going on. The modular refinery is there. Ologbo is already being recognized as a major industrial hub. And again, the governor has put a lot of focus on it's really made it clear to me that we need to now power all the other parts of the state. And we have very, very clear plans to do that. So this is, to some extent, for me, the great thing about this is that, yes, we have proven that the development can be done. There is no doubt about it. It's a tremendous project. From a technical engineering perspective, it's a really challenging project. But because of the environment and with the support of the state government, we've been able to do it. But all the other things we want to do, the great thing about this is that when our investors and everybody sees the positive success of this, it makes it easier for us to say, as a private company doing a project that is 100% private with the support of the state government, it makes it easier. So that's why we're so happy to successfully make this. It's not only the technical completion, but it's also the commercial success as well. I expect that, particularly around stadium here, it's going to be a tremendous commercial success. That's what we expect.
I want to thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So you've just been listening to the CEO of Osyomo Power, Dr. Igion, who has explained a lot of things. As you're just connecting, we are live here at Samuel-Ogbemudia-Stadium. The electricity you are seeing here right now is powered by Osyomo, and it is 24/7. Like, it's not going to blink. It's not going to, they'll switch off the lights when they don't need it, but the electric power supply itself is uninterrupted. So this is historic. For decades, I don't think, maybe the last time Benin must have experienced long hours of electricity up to uninterrupted would have been over 35-40 years ago. As you can see, it's getting back. The CEO of Osyomo Power, Dr. Igion, has said that people who live in the corridor of this Osyomo Power, all the way from Ogbo down to this place, of course it will be easier to connect them. They will be among the first beneficiaries. He said that the transformer that was installed here by the stadium will enable electricity, uninterrupted electricity, to be supplied to the neighborhood here, people who live around the stadium. So very, 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 very soon, like soonest, people who live around the Ogbe Stadium in Benin City will also, in fact, they said beginning from next week, they'll begin to connect to the public in clusters. So people who live around the stadium area, obviously, they don't even need to connect, have a transformer anymore, because the transformer is already here by the stadium, and its potential has a lot of, strong enough to to distribute power to those around the neighborhood. So it's so exciting. I can see smiles in a lot of faces in the people around. Share this live stream, as I will take you now to go and see where the Osyomo electric power supply got into the stadium. If you people remember, during the campaign, well, not even during the campaigns, like 2 months or so before the elections, I did an extensive live stream of Osyomo Power coming all the way from Ologbo through Saple Road up to the stadium. So I just want to show you something. Share this live stream. Very important development happening here in Benin City. Osyomo Power is now is now powering the Samuel-Ogbemudia-Stadium. So do a favor to share this live stream so that all of your friends and well-wishers can watch it. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Look at the transformer we're having here. This is the former one. It's no longer in use. This is now not in use. This is the transformer you're seeing here. Big transformer that is potential enough to power not just the stadium, everywhere around the stadium. And of course, this is the Osyomo cable, Osyomo line that's coming here, that stepped down through the armored cables down, connecting to this transformer, as you can see. So from here, it's connecting to the central electric points of the stadium, and then power is supplied. Again, 24/7 electric power supply, non-stop, uninterrupted, for the Samuel-Ogbemudia-Stadium. I don't know if there is any other stadium in Nigeria today that is now getting uninterrupted electric power supply. If there is, kudos to that governor as well. But if you want to know, we now have it in EDOSTATE, Benin City. Samuel-Ogbemudia International Stadium is now truly international with this boost of power supply. So you can see it, not just one area, it's everywhere, different places It's not everybody, obviously, in Benin. This thing will be scaled up over time. A lot of Benin City will be getting power supply from Osiomo, as you can see. So what this means is that it will take away a lot of load from